All rise.
The Kosovo Specialist Chambers is now in session.
Be seated. Mr. Court Officer, please call the case.
Good morning, Your Honors. This is the file number case CBC 2020-06, the Specialist Prosecutor versus Hashim Thaçi, Kadri Veseli, Recep Selimi, and Yakut Krasniqi. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you. I note the accused are all present in court today, with the exception of Mr. Krasniqi, who continues to appear by video link. Before we begin with W01978's testimony today, I'd like to address a few matters. First of all, we have some oral orders, short oral orders. First, an oral order regarding W03865 statements, which were admitted as P01136.1 to P01136.4. I recall that following inter-party discussions, the SPO provided several revised translations of portions of these statements as listed in the email sent by the SPO on 30 April 2024 at 5:42. I direct CMU to add these revised translations as subnumbers to P1136.1 to P1136.4. This concludes my first oral order. Second, I recall that on 29 April 2024, the statements of W03865 were admitted as P01135 as discussed at transcript pages 15084 to 15085, SPOE 002000418 was missing from the Albanian translation of P1135. It has now been disclosed in Disclosure Package 1220 and added to P01135-AT. This means that P1138, the number which had initially been assigned to the associated exhibit, which is now included in P01135, can now be vacated. I therefore direct CMU to vacate P01138. This concludes my second oral order. Third, for the record, that the Krasniqi defense submitted the following clarification to transcript of 1 May 2024 at pages 15342 to 15343. As stated by counsel for Mr. Krasniqi, the correct ERN of the document used with W04371 at transcript page 15309 was 060178 -060189 RED2. Counsel for Mr. Krasniqi used the reference on page 060182, which is outside of the page range admitted in P01143. That is clarified. Having said that, we kindly remind parties and participants to add to their presentation cues the documents they intend to bring up during their examination in all versions. Lastly, I note that the requested translations of P01150 MFI and P01151 MFI were disclosed in Disclosure Package 1221. Any objection to the admission of these exhibits and their translations as disclosed? No objection being heard. P01150 MFI and P01151 MFI are admitted. Mr. Court Officer, please lift the MFI status of these exhibits and assign an exhibit number.
Thank you, Your Honors. The evidentiary status of the red exhibit numbers will be changed to admitted, and the revised translations will be added to already assigned exhibit numbers. Thank you, Your Honors.
Finally, I just have some general comments to make. About 2 weeks ago, we began the second year of testimony in this case. We actually began our discussions on this case in mid-December of 2022, days after the case was handed over to the trial panel by the pretrial judge. On the occasion of that first status conference on 16 December 2022, we pledged that dealing with this case in a fair and expeditious manner was a primary concern to the panel. On that date, we asked the assistance of the prosecution, the defense teams, and the victims' counsel to help us accomplish that goal. Over the next year, we reiterated our requests, sought submissions from all involved, adopted various measures and procedures that were proposed by others or devised by the panel, held conferences, and when necessary, ordered certain procedures, all with a view to ensure that the trial was conducted not just fairly, but also expeditiously and efficiently. In these efforts, there was a real spirit of cooperation by all, which the panel appreciates, and for which we would like to express our gratitude. While we will continue to strive for efficiency, we are grateful for the contribution that all have made to this collective endeavor thus far. At the very beginning, the prosecution estimated that it would call 320 witnesses. They have since reduced that number and will report this month on what we hope to be another reduction of the number of proposed witnesses. The remaining witnesses will continue to come to us in various formats, some live, some in writing. Up to this point, we have heard 60 witnesses in court, which includes Rule 154 witnesses. In addition, we admitted the statements of 13 witnesses pursuant to Rule 153. Finally, we have admitted under Rule 155 the statements of 32 witnesses who, since their statements were given, died or who are presently unavailable for some reason. With the efforts of all concerned, the number of prosecution-called witnesses who testified in these various and valid formats is on this day 105. For the record, since the trial panel has been seized of the case, 427 filings or submissions seeking a decision were filed by the parties and participants, and 367 decisions of the panel, written or oral, were rendered dealing with those requests, motions, and submissions. The work generated by these litigations had to be undertaken by all, in addition to the work performed in the courtroom. This constitutes an extraordinary amount of work by all involved, not just judges and counsel, but also by their staff, to whom we also express our gratitude. We still have a lot of work to do, and we will continue to prompt, push, and inquire to ensure that this trial continues to move along fairly, efficiently, and expeditiously. I am hopeful that we will continue the good cooperation of all. We can all still do better, and when I say all, I include the panel as well. However, today I think we can safely recognize the completion of 100-plus witnesses in a year without seeming to rest upon our laurels. As I previously said, this is a complicated case. To all involved, lawyers, legal officers, staff members, court management unit, the registry, interpreters, and translators, thank you for the effort and your cooperation. And now we'll carry on. Today we will hear the evidence of prosecution, witness W01978. Madam Court Officer, please bring us into private sessions for the privacy of the witness and others. Or Mr. Court Officer, I'm sorry.
Your Honors, we're in private session. Thank you.
One preliminary note before we begin to hear
Your Honors, we're in public session. Thank you. Good morning, witness.
Good morning to all of you present in the courtroom.
The court usher will now provide you with the text of a solemn declaration. I'll read it to you, and I ask you to follow my reading and then to repeat what I say.
Go ahead.
Do you have the declaration? Can you read that?
Yes. Solemn declaration. Rule 141, general provisions. Conscious of the significance of my testimony and my legal responsibility, I solemnly declare that I will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and that I shall not withhold anything which has come to my knowledge.
Seated. Witness, today we will start your testimony, which is expected to last approximately 3 hours. As you may know, the prosecution will ask you questions first, and then the counsel for the defense, or then counsel for the victims, and once they are finished, the counsel for the defense will have questions. Members of the panel may also have questions for you. The prosecution estimate for your direct examination is 45 minutes. Victims' counsel will take approximately 15 minutes for questions. The defense estimates that they will need approximately 2 hours altogether. As regards each estimate, we hope that counsel will be judicious in their use of their time. The panel may also allow redirect examination by the prosecution if conditions are met. Witness, please try to answer the questions clearly with short sentences. If you don't understand a question, feel free to ask the attorneys to repeat the question. Or if you don't understand, tell them that and they will try to clarify. Also, please try to indicate the basis of your knowledge of facts and circumstances that you will be asked about. In the event you are asked by the SBO to attest to some corrections made regarding your statement, you are reminded to confirm on the record that the written statement, as corrected by the list of corrections, accurately reflects your declaration. Please also speak into the microphone, wait 5 seconds before answering a question, and speak at a slow pace for the interpreters to catch up. During the next days, while you are giving evidence in this court, you are not allowed to discuss with anyone the content of your testimony outside of the courtroom. If any person asks you questions outside the court about your testimony, please let us know. Please stop talking if I ask you to do so, and also stop talking if you see me raise my hand. These indications mean that I need to give you an instruction. If you feel the need to take breaks, please make an indication and we will accommodate that need. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
We begin with the prosecution, who are seated over here to your left. Please give them your attention. Madam Prosecutor, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, witness. My name is Vega Iodice, and today I will be asking you questions on behalf of the SPO. As explained during our last meeting, rather than asking you questions about every issue you may have information about, it may be possible to admit some of your prior statements containing such information into evidence. There are a number of procedural steps to follow, and before turning to this, I will first establish your identity. Your Honor, could we please move into private session?
Private session, please, for the protection of the witness.
Your Honor, we're in private session. Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Witness, could you please state your name? Witness, I will bring up some documents in a moment once we move back to public session. And I will show you some, and I will ask you some questions. Before we move into open session, I just want to remind you that you shouldn't mention any personal detail once we are in public session. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
We can now move back into open session, Your Honor.
Mr. Court Officer, into public session.
Your Honor, we're back in open session. Thank you.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you. Witness, you have given statements in the past, including to the SPO, and you were allowed to review those statements in preparation of your testimony. Today, we will seek to tender your statements into evidence. Could the court officer please bring up ERN SPOE 00184749 to 00184842, read 2, not for public broadcast, and go to page 1 in English and page 44 in Albanian. Witness, looking at the document on your screen, do you recognize this as your statement before the Special Prosecution Office of the Republic of Kosovo?
Yes.
Page 93, which is SPOE 00184841. If we can scroll down. Witness, do you recognize your signature on this document?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Officer, now bring up, please, SITF 000145548 to 000145554, read. And its Albanian translation. Witness, do you recognize this as your statement before the Special Prosecution Office of the Republic of Kosovo?
Yes.
Page 7 of the English version. Witness, do you see your signature on, do you recognize your signature on this page?
I recognize it very well.
Thank you. Could the court officer now bring up ERN 060650TR-ET, Part 1, Read 3, and the Albanian transcript? Witness, do you remember being interviewed by the SPO in 2019?
Yes, I do.
You remember that last week you read those statements in your language.
Yes.
Opportunity to make corrections and clarifications to your statements.
Yes, I do.
Those corrections were written down in a note and read back to you.
Yes.
Confirm that what was read back to you in that note reflects your changes fully and accurately.
Yes.
Now, if we include all the corrections and clarifications you made last week, is the information in your statements accurate and truthful to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, it is true.
If you were asked those same questions today about those same events, would your answers be the same?
Yes.
Having fulfilled the Rule 154 criteria and in accordance with decision F02245, we hereby tender ERN SPOE 00184749 to 00184842, Red 2, SITF 000145548 to 000145554, Red, and its Albanian translation. Zero 60650 TRET, parts 1 through 4, Red 3, and 060650 TRAT, parts 1 through 4, Red 3. And preparation note 120921 to 120929. I'll now move to the associated exhibits. We'd like to tender pages SITF 00013636 to SITF 00013650, which are from ERN range SITF 00013593 and to 00013731, Red 2. Next is SITF 0001455 to 000145663. Then ERN 060639, 060639, ERN 060640 to 060640, ERN 060648 to 060648, and 060649 to 060649. And English translations of these last associated, 4 associated exhibits.
Is that the extent of your tender, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
No, thank you.
Nothing for me, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, the documents read out and identified by the prosecutor will all be admitted in evidence, including the preparation note and the associated exhibits. And please be assigned a exhibit number, Mr. Court Officer. Rage.
Thank you, Your Honors. The first statement read on the record, which is SPOE 00184749 to 00184842, read 2, will be assigned the exhibit number P01153. The second statement, which is the SITF 00014548 to 00014554, read, and its corresponding Albanian translation will be assigned the exhibit number P01154. The statement 060650-TR in both English and Albanian, the part 1 will be assigned the exhibit number P01155.1. Part 2 will be assigned the exhibit number P01155.2. The part 3 will be assigned the exhibit number P01155.3. And the part 4 will be assigned the exhibit number P01155.4. This goes for both English and Albanian versions of the same ERN. The associate exhibit, the pages of the SITF 00013636 to SITF 00013650 will be assigned the exhibit number P01156. The associate exhibit SITF 00014555 to 00014563 will be assigned exhibit number P01157. The associate exhibit 060639 to 060639 in both Albanian and English will be assigned the exhibit number P01158. The ERN 060640 to 060640 will be assigned the exhibit number P01160. The ERN 060648 to 060648 will be assigned the exhibit number P01161, and the ERN 060649 to 060649 will be assigned the exhibit number P01162. As for preparation notes, preparation note 1, which is ERN 120921 to 120929, will be assigned the exhibit number P01163. And the second preparation note, which is ERN 120930 to 120932, will be assigned the exhibit number P01164. All documents read on the record are currently classified as confidential.
Did I miss something, or is there no 1159?
I might have missed to put it on the record. So P01159 would be 060639 to 060639. But I can take a look at the record again, Your Honor.
I think you'll find there is no 59 mentioned.
My apologies to that. I'll check it right away.
We can check that later.
Thank you.
You may go ahead with your questions.
Your Honor, I did not tender preparation note 2. I understand it was assigned a number.
That was a mistake on the record.
In that case,
only note 1.
Yeah. In that case, preparation note 2 won't be assigned the number P01174. It's going to be vacated. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, on the 3rd of May, the SPO submitted a proposed summary of this witness now admitted Rule 154 statement to the panel, defense, and victims. We have not received any objection, so with your leave, I will read the summary into the record in open session.
You may read the summary, I'm sorry.
Thank you. WO1978 was arrested and detained by KLA soldiers at different KLA detention facilities over the course of several weeks. WO1978 will testify about the conditions of detention, the work detainees performed, and the interrogations and beatings WO1978 suffered. The witness also identified several KLA soldiers and other detainees. Your Honor, we do not have further questions at this time.
Thank you. Cross-examination. Oh, I'm sorry. Ms. Radzioska.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, witness.
Good morning.
Victims' counsel in this case. Your evidence is that you were, Your Honors, I'm sorry, I would like to go to private session.
Into private session, please, Mr. Court Officer.
Your Honor, we're in private session. Thank you.
Thank you. We have read the statements that you gave, and there is no need for us and for you to go into the detail of what happened. I just would like to
Understand.
ask you just a couple of questions about the consequences of the beatings and the detention that you suffered from, all right?
Yes.
At the time of your detention, of your mistreatment, what did you think might happen to you?
When I was being beaten, mistreated, I knew this would complicate matters. I felt that I hadn't taken part in the hostilities in war. I didn't feel guilty of anything. I didn't feel guilty of anything.
And what did you think might happen after the beatings or during your detention? What did you think might happen to you?
I thought when they were beating me, when they detained me, I thought the worst could happen to me. The worst.
And what do you mean by the worst?
The worst is something not good happening to me as I was being beaten and mistreated.
And after these beatings, when you were still in detention, how did you feel physically?
They beat me. I felt physically bad. I was sweating. I had fever. I had nightmares. I went through all this. I was exhausted, physically tired, exhausted. I didn't feel I was able of doing anything physically. I was beaten. I had fever. I was shivering. Cold. I felt cold. And I didn't feel well. And to this day, I suffer from the consequences of these times.
Detention, after the beatings, were you able to move independently, to walk? After your release, how did you feel in your mind about what happened to you?
After I was released, I apologize. What was the question exactly?
With the memories of the beating, the mistreatment that you suffered from in detention.
In my mind, I knew I was innocent, that I had fell victim, that I had been attacked, assaulted, and that I still have consequences. I have medical proof issued by doctors, and I'm still being taken care of by doctors.
And were you able to sleep normally?
Yes. At times, I wouldn't be able to sleep because of my psychological issues and because of the pain. I've had such problems on various occasions.
Were you able to forget about what happened?
No, I will never forget. I will never forget the consequences, the beatings. I will never forget these. I will tell the truth.
And did the fact that you were detained by the KLA affect the way people treated you after the war?
Yes.
Thank you. I have no further questions. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you. Mr. Piccoli.
I have no questions, Your Honour.
No questions.
No questions, Your Honour. Nothing, thank you, Your Honour.
Anything from the judges? Yes.
Yes.
No? No. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, witness.
Good morning.
It's for you. And I would like to start with the question of whether you know a person by the name of
Anything from Victims' Counsel?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms.
No,
Tavakoli?
thank you.
No, thank you.
Mr. Roberts, anything?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Ellis?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Witness, your testimony is complete. You will be excused now. We thank you for being with us and sharing your information with us. We wish you well, and you may join the court usher, and she'll escort you out of the courtroom. Thank you again for being with us.
Thank you very much for listening to me.
Let's go back into public session. And I understand you wish to clarify, Mr. Court Officer.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are in public session now, and yes, I would like to clarify the record. So going back to P01158, this is the ERN 060639 to 060639. P01159 will be then ERN 060640 to 060640. P01160 will be the ERN 060648 to 060648, and the ERN 060649 to 060649 will be assigned the exhibit number P01161. Therefore, the preparation note 120921 to 120929 will be assigned the exhibit number P01162. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
We're apparently finished for today. We don't have the ability to move the next witness up because he's on video link. So we will adjourn until 9 o'clock tomorrow and take that up at that time. Thank you.
All rise.